Last year I started calling myself a studentpreneur. Not sure if you've heard that word before, so let me break it down, because you probably think a studentpreneur is just an imangaji-loving marketing agency owner who's trying to grow their personal brand as a student. But that's not what it means to me. To me, a studentpreneur is actually a mindset. It's any student who is actively trying to build their future right now. It's the artist building their portfolio, the creative launching a clothing brand. It's anyone who has that drive to build something for their future and feel like they were meant for more. And they do all this while still being an academic weapon. If you guys have been following me, you might remember the Studentpreneur Series I started in New York City. Think of that as the prologue. Me figuring out the basics, making mistakes, and finding my footing, which you can check out over here. But this is my senior year at NYU Shanghai. This is the main story. This is where we take all those lessons from the prologue and apply them when the stakes are the highest, because I can't take any more gap semesters and time is running out. This either works and I'm set after graduation, or I have to give up on my dreams and work a job I hate for the next few years just to survive. Welcome to the next chapter. To understand where we're going, you first need to understand where I've been. So when I started college, I was scared, surrounded by so many people, yet I still felt completely alone and had no idea what I wanted to do in the future. I was incredibly socially anxious, lacked social awareness, emotional intelligence, and self-confidence. I was just going through the motions. I was terrified of looking cringy and what others would say, and that fear of being judged by others, and frankly, even my friends, kept me from being consistent and trying new things. But that all changed when I realized that I was externalizing my happiness. I was always emotionally messed up because I was looking for validation from my crushes or my close friends. I was letting other people's feelings be the source of my self-confidence. And I didn't realize this until probably sophomore year. I learned that if I want to go far in life, I need to make that jump. I have to understand that it's scary and I might get hurt, but I have to do it anyway. I took a gap semester at the beginning of 2023, not to start a business or get ahead in school, none of that. It was purely to focus on improving as a person. I knew that my habits were bad. I made women uncomfortable when I talked to them and was so immature. So I dedicated pretty much all of 2023 to just improving that. And let me tell you, that rebuilding phase was uncomfortable. It meant forcing myself into those awkward conversations I've been avoiding my whole life. Cold approaching beautiful women to get over that fear of talking to someone new. And yeah, it sucked and I got made fun of a lot. But I had to learn to be okay with that, to be okay with being misunderstood, because I knew what I was building. I was rebuilding myself from the ground up, and that takes time. You're not gonna get it on the first try. I certainly did not even on the second, the third, or the 10th, but all that work and effort I put in paid off. It gave me the confidence to take another gap semester at the beginning of 2025. But this time, it wasn't about finding myself. It was about testing myself. I trained and had my first Muay Thai fight in Thailand. And shortly after launched a brand new consulting business, which I am still running right now. And that's when it all clicked. That's where I found what I was really capable of. I matured. I met real working professionals who treated me as an equal and not just a student. And I finally found real confidence in my ability. And that is what brings me here to Shanghai, my final year. This is the ultimate test for anyone who wants to become a studentpreneur. My goal for this series is to make it a real-time documentary of me actually applying this mindset. I'm gonna show you exactly how I build my business overseas, how I improve my shitty GPA, and how I do all of this while still trying to get the most out of my last year in college. So if you're a student as well, whether you're an artist, a startup founder, a designer, or a builder, my guess is you've seen a bunch of YouTube videos of all these guys dropping out of college or dropping out of high school at a young age to pursue their business, and now they're living their dream lives in Bali and Thailand, and all of them tell you need to drop out of school too. So you probably think that if you want to start your own business or grow your own business and have it be successful at a young age, you need to drop out of school, or the complete opposite, where people tell you you can't start a business while striving for a 3.8 GPA. You need to dedicate as much time as possible into your studies. Well, I'm here to prove to you that you're wrong and you can do both at the same time. It doesn't have to be one or the other. This is episode 1 of the Studentpreneur Series. Subscribe to follow the journey, and let's rebuild ourselves together. Bing bong. That works.